There was a walk-off walk. The Twins did something that hasn't been done in 12 years, and Outman saves the day in grand style.
Check it out.
Hey everybody, welcome to Lab Talk. We're back with another edition. Mason, it was a pretty interesting series.
Yeah, I mean, you're always home for a sweep, but you definitely got to win it, and we did it, so that's all that matters. That first game was crazy.
Yes, it was.
Very frustrating. I was yelling at the phone. You can ask my wife. She was like, can you stop? But I just couldn't. I just couldn't stop.
It almost seemed like it wasn't going to end.
No, and honestly, you don't want to lose those kinds of games, so I'm glad we finally won it, but you can't lose a 5-lead game like that. So the fact that you lose the lead sucks, but we won it, so it turned out okay. But just got to learn moving forward.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, 6th straight series win in this one.
Yep.
Dodgers were very good again.
Yep. I mean, they're just coming alive. It seems like they've always done in the previous years. They are able just to find the right guys in the off season and plug them in the right situations during the season. So we're finally out of that rut to start the season, and we're finally, being consistent, and that's what you hope for.
Seems like this team is really starting to find their identity.
Yeah, they're playing together. They're starting to just have that next man up mentality, and so it's working out. I'm happy. Happy.
So in that first game, Noah Syndergaard was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Still didn't go as deep as you'd like to see him go, but just the 2 runs over 4 innings in that one.
Yeah, that's great. That's great for him. So, I mean, him being in the back of that rotation, that's a solid start. Solid start for him.
Almonte with the blown save, gave up that game-time 3-run home run late.
Yeah, he just didn't have the right stuff. And he's usually a guy that you can rely on. He's got great stuff, but
Wipeout slider.
Exactly. I mean, and the ball's never going straight. It's always moving left or hard right, and it just didn't have that touch today, or that day. It happened.
He's got a pretty high ERA. You're hoping he can figure it out. Kind of give a rest to some of those other guys that have been heavily taxed in this bullpen.
He's the guy that you can usually throw in there and get you those 3 outs or that 1 out that you need in a bases loaded situation, but for some reason they were just lighting him up. Twins are a good team. This Joe Davis, he said something that made me laugh so hard to that first game. He says, yeah, the Twins are a good team. They're first in that division. It's only because they're the only team to have a winning record. So he inadvertently roasted the Twins. But they're a good team. They got some sticks. They can hit the ball.
They're a good team. Definitely not the strongest division in baseball.
No.
Arguably the worst
Yeah.
division in baseball. Not that arguable, actually, but
It's pretty blatant.
it's pretty blatant. But the Twins are a good team, and it showed in this series. Really back and forth series. Evan Phillips with his first blown save in that first game. I don't think that's something we have to get used to.
No, I don't think we will. Hopefully not.
Everyone's entitled to an off night every now and then.
Yep.
And he did bounce back in Game 3 today. Phil Bickford, though, the hero on the mound, complete polar opposites of the spectrum from where it started to how he finished.
I mean, I was mad. Bickford's had kind of that up and down season, and so when he came in that inning, I thought, all right, let's see. It was like walk, hit, walk, get in a run. And then he just dominates the next however many outs. I mean, he was just on it after that, which is a crazy way to start. And that's why it was so gut-wrenching to watch. You're like, yay! The whole game was just like this.
I've never seen anyone spot the high fastball as well as he did over the last about 3 innings.
Yeah, and like we talked about, it seemed like when he first came in, it was not going to be his night. And then it ended up being all about him that night. It was just good for him. Good stuff.
Great stuff. Especially when you start the inning with the runner out on second. I mean, you got to have some nerves going. You got to be darn near perfect to prevent that run from coming in. And over those last couple innings, he was.
No, he did great. And I hate that whole California tiebreaker ghost runner BS. They need to get rid of it. As far as I know, this is just that the regular season, postseason doesn't have that, which good. But I mean, even now, like, I guess they're still trying to not overwork the pitching staff. Is that what's going on? Probably save guys.
Yeah, they're trying to save guys' arms. I think the union fought for it, which it's understandable, but it's not baseball.
No, it's not the baseball that we've all watched, that we all like. I mean, I think it's Manfred again, just trying to keep the game interesting and bring in new fans because it's faster and more exciting. But at the same time, if you appreciate baseball, you probably don't like it that much.
Right.
We don't, but to each their own.
We're old school. What can you say? That first game, Will Smith staying hot with the stick, 2 for 6, drove in 2 with the homer.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. Max Muncy with 2 home runs. He's been struggling, so that had to feel good for him.
Oh yeah, and anytime you can just finally produce, because he's been grinding the entire year. He's been severely down, really up, kind of going through a little bit of a slump, and now hopefully that can get you back into the confidence. Get you some confidence going back into it.
So nabbing the National League home run lead there, Major League home run lead.
Yeah.
Now at 14.
Wow, good for him.
Freddie Freeman, he's been hot with the stick lately.
Yep.
2 for 5, drove in a run there. David Peralta with that go-ahead RBI in the 8th, and then of course Phillips with the blown save. But Peralta, it seems like when there's a close situation and you need an RBI, he's the guy you want up at the plate.
Oh, he's definitely a consistent he's going to give you good at-bats. Is he going to do it every single time? Nobody can, but he's definitely a guy that when he's in that situation, you feel good. You feel confident, like something's going to happen. I like him.
And then Trace Thompson, he's had a rough year. Tough go of it for Trace, but something to feel good about with that walk-off walk.
Good for him. And, they interviewed him after the game, and he was saying, they asked him, are you looking for a walk there? He goes, no, you're always trying to be, prepared to hit something in the zone. And he goes, I was just lucky he wasn't in the zone. So, it's got to feel good. He won that game for us.
Dodgers still, though, struggling with runners in scoring position, left 9 guys on base in that first game.
It's always good when it's not double digits, but that's pretty much double digits there, so not good.
Imagine how many runs they could be scoring.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And you win a nail biter in, 12 innings? 12 innings because you leave those 9 guys on base. You can't do that. Get them in.
Got to get them in. On the Twins side, Pablo Lopez got hit around a little bit. Gave up 5 runs through 4 2/3 innings. 3 home runs allowed. 2 of those, of course, belonged to Muncy.
Yeah.
And then, did you notice Joan Duran on the Twins? I don't know if I said that name right, but Joan Duran.
Sure.
98-mile-per-hour splitters.
Well, yes. Yeah.
Splitters.
Yeah, that's insane.
102 on the fastball, 98-mile-an-hour split piece.
Yeah.
That's just nasty.
Well, yeah, no, he's the guy that, I forget, I think it was Eric Karros, who was announcing the game with Joe. He was saying, he goes, you got, your 103-mile-an-hour fastball, your 98-mile-an-hour splitter, and then you throw JD a curveball on an 0-2 pitch who hits a base hit game time base hit. So, you got to stick with the stuff that's going to move 2 feet at 98 miles an hour. That's a great pitch.
Terrible pitch calling.
Yeah.
Professional at bat there from JD. What a hitter.
Yeah, just dingers. Jumbo Don.
Jorge Lopez with the loss. Ended up with 3 walks. And then, of course, the big walk to Trace Thompson that finished the game off. The Twins, 15 left on base in that first game.
And
that's not going to get it done.
No. That's almost double what we had, and we're complaining. So, yeah that's not going to do it. Feel bad for the Twins fans because, that's a game that's going to go back and forth. And no matter what kind of what team you root for, that's going to be a tough loss. That's tough. You just got to suck it up and move on. They did. One guy that did not get on base, Carlos Correa. 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts.
When? You know what this is?
The world's smallest violin?
That's correct.
When?
Hard to feel bad for that guy.
Yeah, nobody does. Not even Twins fans are like, well, you gotta do better.
Yeah.
Of course. You're giving him all that money.
How happy you think the Giants are they didn't give him that contract?
Oh, and the Mets fans, they're ecstatic. Especially Cohen, he's probably in Hawaii drinking a martini. Or whatever he was drinking when he gets that call. That's all you hear, he's in Hawaii on vacation drinking whatever. Stupid. Stupid.
Tuesday's game, Kershaw Day. You could see it in his face. He wasn't right.
No, he just had that, experience right before Mother's Day happened with his mom passing away. So, you had said he's scheduled to start, and I was surprised. I thought he was, we talked about him being a professional, and that's just his thing. So I haven't heard since. Is he taking some time now?
He's scheduled to start on Sunday, and as far as everybody knows, he's going to make that start against the Cardinals.
Okay.
So
yeah, but that was not his. Like you said, you could see it on his face. Not his best outing. He just didn't have the sharp stuff. But I mean, he's got a lot going on. So hey, he still shoved with what he had. He didn't have his ace stuff, but he did well.
I mean, still just allowing 2 runs. The pitch count got way up there, so took him out after the 4th. But he did what he could with what he had that night, and overall wasn't awful.
No, I mean he's not. Which was crazy to us. Like he's that good that when he has a bad day, he's still going to get you 4 or 5 great innings. That's what's crazy. We're just so spoiled as Dodger fans.
That's right. He'll keep you in the ball game. That's for sure.
For the last 10 plus years.
Freddie Freeman 2 for 3, drove in the only run for the Dodgers in that game.
Yeah.
9 left on base again.
There you go. It's not going to cut it. And then how many did the Twins have?
Yeah, Twins 5 for 18 with runners in scoring position, still left 10 on base.
Well, I mean, that's a rarity because when you're leaving double-digit guys or 9, essentially for us, I mean, that's not going to cut it. So the fact that they were still able to get some runs in and beat us, I mean, it just shows you the Twins pitching staff did better that game.
Got a good start out of Ober there.
Yeah.
Donovan Solano went 2 for 3. Former Dodger Kyle Farmer hit a home run. He drove in 3. He got hit in the mouth with a pitch in the beginning of the season.
Oh my God.
Since coming back, he's hitting 370, and he's got a couple home runs.
Hey, stitch it up, come back, hit some bombs. That's going to be his motto.
He's definitely not scared of the ball. That's for sure.
Either way, you're going to get hit in the face. It doesn't matter if it's 82 or 102. It's going to hurt. But yeah, good for him, man. I always root for the guys that leave the Dodgers, and as long as they don't go to the Giants or the Astros, I'm cool. Have a day. I hope for you. I hope the best for you.
Byron Buxton 2 for 4, 2 stolen bases. Willie Castro had 2 stolen bases. The Twins only had 11 stolen bases coming into this series, but going up against this Dodger team that hasn't held runners well, hasn't controlled the running game, they were pretty aggressive in this series, and they were successful with it.
Oh, they literally ran all over us. And you can't discredit the catchers just because it's not on them. It's all on the pitching staff. You got to be quicker to the plate. You got to be able to be a little bit better at holding them on. I mean, I know you only get 2 throws before you can't do it unless you pick them off. But you still have those 2. You still got 2. Keep them close. Throw 1. Get set. Take as much time as you need. But you just can't let the runners be able to time you. You can't have the same set. Even though you're timed, I know it's something to get used to, but it's something they need to work on now, sooner than later.
And that's another thing, speaking of limited pickoff attempts, Kershaw, you could tell he was out of his element, got called for a balk when he went for his 3rd pickoff attempt in that game.
That's right.
Also got a pitch clock violation. So you could tell he just wasn't right. He wasn't all there mentally, and completely understandable.
Sure, I mean, I wouldn't be either. So, yeah, I've seen, I don't know how many baseball games that he's pitched. I've never seen him balk. That we got to look up how many he's balked in his professional career. Maybe 3. He's got a great move, so that sucks.
And then Correa 1 for 5, 2 strikeouts.
That sucks. That sucks, man.
But the Twins coming away with the victory there. Their first time beating the Dodgers since 2011.
That's a long time to not beat a team.
They're not facing each other all the time, but that was 11 straight victories for the Dodgers against the Twins before this game on Tuesday. So
wow,
pretty good run of success there for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, you can't win them all, but that's pretty close. That's pretty close to winning them all. That's good.
And then right back in the win column today.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it came at a price. Mm-hmm. Dustin May leaving the first inning with elbow discomfort. His velocity was down. As a guy that has already had Tommy John surgery once, that's not a good sign.
No, I mean, that sucks. We need his 98-mile-an-hour sinker in the lineup, in the rotation. I mean, he missed, that year and a half. He came back at the end of last season, right? Didn't look sharp. And now it's May. That sucks, dude. We need him. We need him bad.
Especially now, the bullpen's already been so taxed.
Yeah, I mean, of course you're gonna be able to call up some guys, get some innings in to eat up some innings for us, but I mean, you still need those major league starters that have that experience to be able to go that, as long as you need. But man, that sucks. I mean, he wasn't like the end of the rotation guy. He's that guy that you need in that rubber match to be able to get you that win. And luckily we were able to do it after he came out, but we need him. It sucks. It sucks bad.
Taking over for Dustin May was a guy that just got called up today. That'd be Dylan Covey.
Okay.
He did a pretty good job considering the situation. Went 4 innings, allowed 2 runs on 5 hits, kept him in the ballgame.
That's really good. Yeah, I mean, for your first time coming up, I mean, you have high hopes. You maybe don't have high expectations, but I mean, hey, first time coming up, good for him.
And then Victor Gonzalez in the 6th was outstanding. Came in with the bases loaded, nobody out, pitched out of it, didn't allow a run.
Oh my God. Okay, so he was the guy.
He's back.
If we didn't have him in 2020, we wouldn't have won. And then when, I think it was the next year in 21, he was hurt, didn't pitch like at all last year. When he first pitched, whenever that first game was a couple weeks ago, I thought, who's this guy? Gonzalez. Oh, shoot. I missed him. And he's just been on it, dude. He's just been lights out. Since he came back, I don't know if he's given up a run. And to come in a bases loaded situation with no outs and still not give up, his stuff is filthy right now. Good for him. Glad he's back. I'm so happy he's back.
Throws a lot of strikes.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to attack you, and that's what helps your secondary pitches is because they're thinking, okay, he's throwing a lot of strikes, this is going to be a strike, and then it falls off the table. So that's good. Good for him.
Yeah, he's been outstanding.
Yeah.
Out of 13 inherited runners, he's only allowed 2 to score.
That's fantastic. And, 2 for 13 is really good, and it hasn't been his. They haven't earned that against him, so I mean, he's just been lights out. I'm so happy he's back. I'm so happy.
And then on the Twins side, you had Sonny Gray. He went 4 innings, allowed 2 runs on 5 hits. And then in the 7th, the big inning, Dodgers were down 3-2. Bases ended up being loaded after Emilio Pagan walked 2. And guess who stepped up to the plate?
Is it going to be Rookie of the Year?
That's correct.
So you're saying it was Outman?
James Outman.
What did he do?
Grand slam.
You heard it here, man. Rookie of the Year. We called it every single video just about. He's been in a slump, he's been over for a little while, but it just takes one swing, like probably today, to get you back into that, that get you that confidence, to get you back in that win column. I'm so happy for him.
The interesting thing was, inning started with Jose De Leon, former Dodger, on the mound.
Yeah.
Struck out Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman on 6 pitches.
Oh, God.
And then a couple guys get on. Emilio Pagan comes in, walks in the tying run, and then gives up the grand slam to James Outman.
Hey, baseball.
So the Dodgers, 4 runs in the 7th with 2 outs.
2 outs.
They lead the league with 96 2-out runs.
You know what? That's what's going to help you win. Not just throughout the season, but that's going to help you win championships. I remember, I don't know for how long, but collectively for the last few seasons, they have been an outstanding team because of that. It doesn't matter if you get 2 outs and then it's like, all right, here's just one more rollover pitch and just get you a ground out. No, they're still driving the ball with 2 outs. And yeah, so there's just the guy.
The Dodgers now lead the league with 5 grand slams.
Oh my God. They still lead the league with most home runs?
That's right.
Oh God.
And then Outman, that was his 9th home run, 2nd career grand slam.
Good for him. And this is his first full season?
That's right.
Yeah. Man. Good for him.
So it was a good series, good way to win it on getaway day, and now they're headed to St. Louis.
Man, they've been on a tear. When we were playing them, it was right before they started. I'll say it this way: it was right at the end of their slump, and now they have been one of the best teams in the National League like we have. It's going to be a better series.
They've won 7 out of their last 10. Nolan Arenado has homered in 5 straight, so you got to be careful with that guy.
Yeah, he's just, in my opinion, the best third baseman in the game. He has been. He's winning the Gold Glove every year. He is, in the talks for MVP every single year. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Him, Goldschmidt, the reigning MVP, also having a good season. He already has a 3-homer game. So yeah, I mean, it's not going to be the same series like I said. So yeah, gotta stay on our toes.
So the Dodgers extend their lead in first place. They're now 28-16. Tomorrow's game, starting at 4:45, will be Julio Urias.
Okay.
He's 5-3 with a 3.61.
Yeah.
Going up against Adam Wainwright, the vet.
Man, it's gonna be hard to hit an 88-mile-an-hour fastball and then go up against that 72-mile-an-hour whooper duper. He's he's like a fine wine. He's aging well, and he's still pitching, which is surprising. So it's gonna be tough.
This will be just his third start of the season, and so coming into this one, no record, got a 7.2 ERA.
Oh God.
So he's had a couple of rough starts there.
I take it back. It might not be as hard, but you still got to watch out. It's still probably not as good.
Freddie Freeman, 27 at-bats lifetime, hitting .333.
Okay, good sample.
Jason Hayward, 45 at-bats, former National League Central player, hitting .356 with a home run, 8 RBI.
Fantastic. And he's having one of his better years. He's driving the ball at least harder than he has in the last 2, 3, 4 years. So let's look out for that. That should be fun. They better put him on. I want to see Hayward. I love that guy.
Especially against Wainwright.
Exactly.
And
bet 350. Yeah. Pencil him in, Dave, please.
And he had a really good at-bat today in that 7th inning. Worked a walk. That was an important at-bat there.
It's crazy how the Dodgers will kind of stay under the radar and not sign these mega deals. I mean, of course, with Mookie and Freddie, but over this last offseason, it was all, who's going to get these shortstops and who's going to get these starting pitchers. And the Dodgers just casually like, oh, Red Sox, do you want Turner? We'll take JD, and we'll pick up Hayward because nobody wants him. We'll pick up Peralta because nobody really wants him, and then we'll get Syndergaard. And all of these players have been able to step up in their own individual way and just help us. It's crazy that they're not going to be the next MVP of even our team, but especially that league. But they are producing when we need it. It's just so fun to be a Dodger fan, especially over the last 3-4 seasons.
If you need a career revival, you head to Dodger Town.
Yeah, and that's what those 3 players did. Hayward, Syndergaard. I mean, they all took less money and less time on their contracts just to be able to get in with this organization to help their career.
And then Friday's game will be a 5:15 start time. It'll be Tony Gonsolin, Catman. He's 1-1 with a 1.42 ERA.
Hey, what can Catman do?
What?
I don't know. You don't remember Catman do? What can Catman do?
I wasn't expecting that.
No. Gotcha.
Steven Matz on the Cardinals side, 0-4 with a 5.62.
Oh, not good.
Struggling there.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman, lifetime, 33 at-bats, hitting .303 against him. They used to face off in the National League East.
Yeah.
Matt's former Mets pitcher there.
Yeah.
Then JD has seen him 11 times. He's hitting .273.
Okay.
On the Cardinals side, they haven't seen too much of Tony Gonsolin, but Tommy Edmonds, 2-5 lifetime. Goldschmidt in 7 at-bats, hitting .286.
Okay.
And then Kisner, 3 for 3. Kisner.
No, that's only 3 at-bats, but I mean, hey, he's, Gonsolin was having his career year last year before he got hurt at the end. And it seems like now that he's healthy, he's that caliber of a player, of a pitcher. So, I mean, he's definitely going to give you a good start every time out.
I think this year you really got to look to him to start going deeper in ball games because he's got the stuff. It's just a matter of getting deeper into ball games, getting a little more efficient.
Yeah, he's definitely got to be efficient because you can be an all-star player, but I mean, if you're only going to give your team 4 innings, that's not going to do it. You got to be able to get through 6 to be, a front of the rotation kind of guy. He could be that player. He's just got to be able to get through 6, maybe 7 innings if he could.
Then on Saturday, it'll be a 4:15 start. It'll be Noah Syndergaard going again. He's 1-3 with a 5.94. You see that ERA slowly starting to come down.
Yeah, and that's good. Again, he's not going to be the front of the rotation guy, but he's a solid starter. He's got good stuff on a good day. On a bad day, he's got to be able to work a little bit better on not throwing it down the middle and letting people hit it hard. But I mean, that's just the name of the game. You got to be able to work when you don't have your A+ stuff.
Yep.
And he's doing better.
On the Cardinal side, it'll be Miles Michaelis. He's 2-1 with the 4.91. Lost 3 for 9 lifetime against Michaelis.
Okay.
Freddie Freeman. I swear I say Freddie's name every time with matchups. He's so
He's
good.
betting over 300 yet?
300, right at 300.
Okay.
2 home runs, 3 RBI.
Good.
Jason Hayward got the most at-bats against Michaelis. Again, National League Central. 23 at-bats, hitting 217. This is a different Hayward.
Yeah, it is.
I think he'll get a start there against Michaelis. And then on the Cardinals side, Arenado, lifetime against Syndergaard, 13 at-bats, hitting 385 with a home run.
Jeez.
Goldschmidt, 17 at-bats, he's hitting 353 with 3 RBI.
It doesn't surprise me.
Those guys can hit.
Yeah, I mean, he's the reigning MVP for a reason. And we saw him way too much playing for the Diamondbacks. He tore us up. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. He hits the hell out of the ball.
I'm just glad those two guys aren't in the division anymore.
Oh, I'm so happy. I mean, of course, you're thinking, oh, yeah, it'd be cool to get them, but of course, we're not going to trade to a division rival this summer. Oh, well, at least they're... I mean, it's okay that they're in the National League still, but yeah, we only see them a couple times a year instead of 4 times every month. Yeah, 4 to 8 times every month.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up.
And then Sunday, it'll be an earlier game, 11:15.
Yeah.
Be Clayton Kershaw looking to bounce back there, 6-3 with the 2.52 ERA after the loss against the Twins.
Still good.
He's going to bounce back, that's for sure. Going up against Jack Flaherty, who the Dodgers saw pretty well in the last series.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had his A+ stuff this whole season so far. I mean, he's usually one of their top of the rotation guys. So we just got to keep lighting him up.
So it's going to be a tough series on the road for the Dodgers. You got the Cardinals, then you're going to Atlanta, and then you head to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So this is where the real test starts.
It really is. And luckily, we're playing good baseball right now. Good, consistent baseball. So, I mean, even though you're not going to win every game, you don't expect to, but you hope to. So hopefully we can come out with, realistically, if we could win at least 2 of these 3 series, that's great. I mean, Tampa Bay is just elite, obviously, this year so far. Atlanta's are the closest team to us in the National League, and then the Cardinals are on fire right now too. So if we can win at least 2 out of the 3, that's great. But hopefully we can win all 3 series. Yeah, hope for the best.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That does it for us here on Lad Talk. Guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. Let's go Dodgers.
Adios.
Cool.